challenge and get the tripod set in the right spot. Kokemachine for real fishing. Welcome to the evening bite with the Kokemachine. I'm out here with a dude who invited me out, who I actually went to high school with. Dude by the name of Yawn. Let's see if I can get him here. Yeah. So we're out at Kinsmen Beach here. We've caught a few jumbo perch. We've got seeing some stuff come in here on the radar, and now we're just waiting for the bite to set in here. I think I probably had a minnow steal, or pardon me, some perch or something steal my minnow head recently, and I need to change that up. I was too busy setting up the stream. You know, I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see the fish finder, and let's get started. Sometimes it's definitely tricky when your tripod's acting up. There we go. All right. Let's see. I'm just gonna turn this around, turn it again. All right. All right. Let me check my lure here. Check to see if I got some. Still have a minnow head on there. Still got it. Those are the dead minnows you got there, Yawn?
Yeah. Bag of frozen, bag alive.
Yeah. So you just keep them in your freezer, right?
With the price of minnows nowadays, yeah.
Yeah. I used to go to Trapper Joe's, and he would have like minnows that died just like in in his freezer, and I'd be like, I'll take them.
Yep. I find frozen minnow head works just as well. So.
Oh yeah. I think especially for stuff like perch, where they're like, you know, they're pretty opportunistic. They'll just go for whatever. So we have seen a few perch come through the hole here. I think 3 between the two of us. Just gonna go through some of the comments here. So Luke Miller, welcome to the party. David Austin, glad you caught the stream here today. Jeff, tight lines, thank you. Stuggo Stadank. Stuggo. Yeah, how you doing? Dash, good luck. Hoping to come up soon. Right on. Chilling with David B. I good to see you too, pal. Species, how are you doing tonight? Tim, Clapper's got one fish through the hole so far. I got one of my tungsten clappers on tonight. I might try one of my buckshot rattle spoons soon though. Dave Parent, how you doing? It is going good, species. Simcoe 1000. So he says, why do you have the heater grate like that?
For the fan?
Yeah, that fan there is sitting on that. If you can see it, I'm sure you can. So I don't think you can put the fan on there unless that heater grate is like that. I know some people also cook it on it like that. Do you ever cook on it like that, buddy?
No, I don't cook on the ice. Sorry, I live too close. I live too close.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't often either. I usually just, if anything, have a pocket full of peanuts or something. 6666 Mario. Yeah, we'll catch some for you, buddy, or leave some for you. Pardon me. Corey, how are you doing out there? Have you got out fishing much? I actually saw Jesse in Bob Esch's bait shop there, where old Trapper Joe's used to be. Jay Bird Outdoors. It's been a slow day out here. You're at Fish Bay. 3 days. Slow all around. I'm going to be actually out with Glen Echo tomorrow with my brother and my buddy, and we're going to put in a serious amount of time fishing. So, pretty excited about it. So Corey, you say, how's the slush out there? We didn't hit any slush on the way out here. It's also been very, very cold starting last night. So I imagine at least there's a crust on top of it because me and Yawn here came out on a snowmobile, and we didn't get bogged down at all on the way out here. It's a pretty straight shot. Yeah, Dave Austin says, I thought maybe some sausages were coming out on the heater. Definitely, if we were out here a little longer, we'd get some sausages on there. David Camo says, throw some hot dogs on the grate. Yeah, I've seen people do sandwiches, hot dogs. Sakura, you say you've been out 2 times, but not since the rain. David, I usually go with I have this UV green buckshot that is like my favorite one, I think. I also have an orange one that works really well, but it's a little bigger. Those are my favorites there. And then I saw they had buckshot spoons that have glass, like a glass rattler. It's pretty awesome. And then I also got a tungsten one, but I haven't got to use that one too much just yet. So have you seen any more coming on the fish finder there, Yawn?
No, not yet.
So there seems to be some amount of debris floating through there, right? Whatever that is. Yeah, it's funny, like on my phone here, like how your screen shows up. Is there any chance you can turn down the brightness on that thing? I know it like
Settings?
Yeah, I think so. Should be display. Yeah, backlight. If you turn that down to like 50. I have the exact same unit. Let's see. It's like that might be a little too dark.
Too dark?
Yeah, maybe up to 60 or something. Sorry to have to go through settings and stuff like that. But there you go. That's probably good there.
Let's try that one.
All right. There you go. Yeah, it's like whatever reason the phone picks it up like super duper bright. So that should be a little better for people watching. So Jason Le Sauvage says, hey, Coke just got home from 4 days with craft. All our fish came in micro jig heads. We're using those like tungsten micro jig heads. I like those ones sometimes as well. 2 keepers the morning before we left. Now I've had some pretty good luck in the mornings whenever I've stayed at one of these bungalows, you know, like make sure you're up just before the crack of dawn, because I do find that the mornings can be like between crack of dawn and 11 can be as productive as the evenings. Usually though, if I'm just coming out and fishing, I usually only catch the evening bite because it's hard for me to get out the crack of dawn unless you're sleeping on the ice. So Nick Bruce, you say, late to the show again. You're actually not that late, man. It's only 8 minutes in here, 9 minutes in. Species says, is your partner the same Yawn I fish with?
Yeah.
It is.
Hi, Joe.
Yeah, that's him. Have you gotten out to fish much there, Joe? So David, you say the VMC version of the buckshot has a pink fire tiger color. That's been killer for us. But you know what? Next time I see one of those, I'm going to grab it. I like the sound of that color. Pink fire tiger, eh? Lucas Miller Outdoors, a little brighter. Looks good now. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's good to get feedback from you guys. I just see what's coming through on my phone, but you know, I don't necessarily see what exactly what you guys are seeing. until I rewatch later on, and I usually just watch a little bit. So Claudio for Freedom says, "Hey Coke, can you tell us about your fan on the buddy heater?" So this fan is Yawn's fan, so I'm going to leave it to him to talk about it.
I don't know much about it. My buddy showed me. It was like $50, and it's a game changer. So look it up on Google and get one.
Yeah, so it's how much? It's $50, you said,
I think it was around 50. Yeah.
and it just runs on the heat itself.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah. It just runs on the heat, and it makes a world of difference in the tent.
Yeah, I mean, like it's blowing heat right on my leg here, which is nice.
The only thing I'll say is bringing it in and out is delicate. You know, the fan blades.
Yeah, yeah.
So I put it in the cooler just to keep it safe.
Oh yeah. Huh. There you go. Yeah, I know. I feel like everybody with a wood stove uses this kind of thing. And then I've seen people, with the buddy heaters using them. I'll have to grab one for myself. So I'm just trying to keep the camera so you guys can see the fish finder. If a fish starts coming through, I'll turn the... It's always a little tricky to get everything in the shot, but you can sort of see my hole a little bit. Yeah, I think I might switch up my lures here. So Yawn's using this, what'd you say lure's called? Let's take a look at it.
My favorite lure is the VMC Tingler in black and silver.
All right, let's take a look at this thing.
Oh, I'll pull it out.
Sure.
They don't make the black and silver anymore.
Oh yeah. You were saying you bought out, was it all of Ramaco's?
All of Ontario.
Yeah. Oh,
I went looking.
there you go. The Tingler, they call it, apparently. Well, how much does that set you back? $6?
It's probably like 8 nowadays.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see that even things like MEP spinners and stuff like that, they're going for over like $12. Like everything. I remember I was selling clappers in the parking lot, and a guy looked at them, and he's just like, "There's no money in that, is there?" Because I guess sort of taking a dig at me selling them for $10, and I'm like, man, the price of lures these days is kind of on the lower end. Like I'm not gonna say that like the minnow clapper is like fancier than a Rapella or anything like that, because obviously there's a lot of painting and all that stuff that's got to go in. But something like a MEP spinner, it's pretty much all the same pieces. And yeah, I've seen those going for what seems like lots of cash. Maybe there's like a way to grab them in bulk. So while I'm talking here, Nick Bruce, you were the guy, right, that was telling me about the place in Japan I think you were ordering lures from? Because I was trying to figure that out.
Fish right there.
All right, I'm gonna drop back down. I was gonna switch lures, but if there's a fish in the scene, I might as well.
He's coming out for you.
Right where my line's all tangled. Oh,
Got him.
oh, John's got the fish on. There's another fish down there, isn't there?
Little birch.
Oh yeah. I got a perch looking at mine. Oh, there we go. All right, let's make sure we get these fish in front of the camera at some point.
Double header.
Yeah. Oh, I got a little eye.
Ooh, it starts.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, you want me to show off a perch and you got a Walter? Come on.
I'll show him off in the camera there for a second, and there you go. All right. I get this. This Walter's not a huge guy, but Walter nonetheless. Of course, he clamps the hook right down, or clamps his mouth right down on the hook. Okay. All right. Little Walter, come back in a few years. All right. We're in the game. Well, if the minnow clapper got that guy, I guess I'll get back to it with this. Just keep working it. All right. So let me... Do we use up all those minnow chunks?
There's a whole bag of them there.
Let's get that. All right, rebaiting here.
There's a knife right here, please.
Thank you. Well, it's nice to get skunk out of the tent. I mean, like I said, we cut a couple before the stream started, so
I think that's 5 so far now.
yeah, it's good to get. All right, back in the mix. Hopefully that Walleye's older brothers and sisters start coming in here. I've been trying to film myself selling clappers in the Birch Grove parking lot in there, and last week I went with my camera mounted on my chest, and you realize reviewing the footage that like my beard gets in the way quite often, so there's always like this fuzzy brownness right at the top of the frame. And then I was filming people in 120 frames per second, so if I need to, I can put them in super slow-mo, but that was an accident. I didn't mean to do that. So how much did you get the striker for? And how long have you had it for?
I want to say it was in the 400s.
Oh yeah?
And I probably had it maybe 2 or 3 years.
Did you buy it with the ice?
Yeah, this is the ice fishing bundle one.
Yeah.
I have, like, on my boat, I have the regular fish finder, right? But I need one just for ice fishing, so I don't want to be taking it off the boat. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I got myself one for the ice.
Yeah, I mean, I have the Striker 4, and I bought it originally with the boat sensor, and then I used to use that with ice fishing, just with you just got to set it up a certain way and you're good to go. But then eventually I did buy the ice fishing.
There he is again. On.
Oh. All right. Another perch.
Oh, baby. I threw my minnow head.
It's not a bad sized perch. I'd probably give him like 8 or 9, eh? He's not a monster, but he's not I've caught smaller. Yeah, like I bought the sensor, the ice fishing sensor, and I found it to be like the line is definitely made to be like a little more supple and less prone to freezing. And then I guess the sensor itself is made to sit, like hang flat. Whereas I found with the boat one, it was possible, but I had to, more or less like adjust it to make sure it was like sitting so that the transponder was flat, or like level with the bottom or parallel to the bottom there.
You know what? Whatever works, right?
Yeah. I mean, I used that for a couple of years before I'm like, well, I do a lot of ice fishing, so I guess I'll shell out the extra $200 for the. It was probably like 150 or something for the ice sensor.
My dream would be like live scope or something, but boy, that's out of my price range.
Yeah. No, I see more and more people rocking them, and I'm always like, I guess people put their priorities on what they want to fish with, and a lot of people are like, all right, I'm gonna shell out all my cash on this live scope. Like my brother's got a live scope, and we'll be fishing with that this weekend. I seem to, I like my Striker 4, like light, small, gets the job done.
Does the job.
Yeah, it's like makes it like as well. I've gone out fishing with Al from Lake Nipissing Outfitters in the summertime quite a bit. Like he and I go on like fishing trips, and then he'll get out that live scope and be scoping around, and it's neat. Definitely has its charms. So Joe says he's been fishing for 3 days so far, and he's got 118 fish. I think I saw some pictures there, Joe, from your Instagram of a bunch of fish you caught there.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I'll just tell Joe that I'm still waiting for my invite to follow him, you know?
So Stuggo says, have any experience with Chili Willies? I've met Chili Willie himself. If, I'm not sure what his name is for sure, but I mean I've dropped off some lures there, and got to meet the people running the show, but I've never fished out there with them. I've only really fished with a few operators, like Nipissing Outfitters, South River Resort, Crafts Ice Cabins. I think that's it. Oh, Rob's 5-star. How can I miss them? Yeah, so I don't know all the outfitters as far as like having fished there, and maybe someone else in the comments has. So yeah, I feel like I've been talking to two people about these fans for heaters today. When I was at the bait shop, somebody was asking the bait guy about these heaters, so I might have to look into one in the future. So Joe, you're getting out this weekend, eh?
Does he have a time? I'll spy him out at the launch.
So Dave, apparently you say there's no audio. Is anyone else having that problem? I don't have any microphone running, so it should be coming right off my phone. I don't have it muted. Yeah, it's definitely not muted, so I'm not sure. Like, did you say you got the fan off of Amazon, or like?
You can buy it at Home Depot, but
Okay.
it was like $20 more at Home Depot than buying it on Amazon. So
Okay,
Amazon,
okay.
you know, I'm sorry, but you know.
Yeah. Well, I get it. So Joe says, how do you like your new sled?
Should we tell him about the show we went through to get out here, or we'll save that one?
You might as well. You know, makes for a good chat.
All right. Well, she's I don't know. She's probably got like 15 kilometers on her so far, and she's already let me down once, so that's not a good sign.
Yeah, when I first showed up here, Yawn was in the parking lot, you know, slaving away at trying to get this thing started. You know, and just wouldn't go. And then eventually he did get it rolling. And we got out here. That makes me think. Sure hope we make it
Yeah,
back.
don't jinx us, eh?
Yeah, we're gonna make it back. No problem. So Nick Bruce, you say you're heading out to Nipissing for a weekend of ice camping on February 20th. Awesome. Paul Brown, how are you doing? So, you know, sorry guys, sometimes when I'm going through the comments here, it's a little bit after you guys have left them, so I'm a little bit behind. So end of January, you're coming to Chili Willie's. Yeah, Chili Willie's is really close to the parking lot where I do sell my lures, but if you can't catch me, you can always go to Billy Bob's Bait. I just dropped off a bunch of lures with them. But if you're coming on a Friday, that's when you can catch me in the parking lot. I've heard that you guys down south have been getting hit by some serious snow. Dave Parent, you say there's no audio. Another guy says the audio is good. I guess it's probably the guy's or Nick Bruce's response to you there is you'll see that because you won't be able to see me or hear me. Okay, so audio is good. Oh, I see. You're having some Bluetooth issues. Yeah, Gary Fisher, you say are there any slushy spots out there? I'm sure there's some. Mind you, like we've had some pretty warm temperatures the last bit, and then last night the cold hit hard. It was just all of a sudden hit hard. So some of these slush issues are going to be cleared up a bit. Like all I can say is a lot of times you'll get like a crust on there that'll make travel possible, but there's always the potential to have a few bad spots. Luke Miller says, Striker Force, way to go. Blair, how are you doing? Oh, did I say one? Maybe my line froze to the side of the hole. Yeah, we caught a few fish so far, a couple perch and one walleye. It's a lot nicer to catch something rather than nothing. Last week was a bit of a flop. It happens. So, Paul Brown, you say you're still rocking an old 385 CI. Is that like some ancient fish finder? I had an old fish finder for a long time, and I eventually just sold it just because my Striker 4 just sort of did everything I needed. So Joe says he's going out. This is a message to you, Yawn. He's going out Saturday and Sunday. Could meet up at the government dock.
I'm free.
All right. Make it happen. I unfortunately won't be able to join you guys. I'll be at the Glen Echo. Yeah, David says you can't beat the Striker 4 for cost / features. I agree. I've never used the GPS on it, but it's got the GPS on it. Sometimes if something goes overboard, I'll do the old, mark the spot. So you say you set up a split screen A-scope?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you got it here, right?
Something on bottom there.
Or is that my lure? Yeah, it seems like the split screen A-scope's the way to go. Oh, Joe has corrected himself. He says Sunday and Monday, not Saturday. So maybe you can catch him on Sunday.
Yeah, actually, I got a week of vacation booked off next week, so I'll be out all week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
There you go. Are you going to come out here the most, or just, I guess, if that sled's running, you might as well go all over the place, huh?
I'm going to go on the top end of Calendar one day. There's a spot in Calendar just right on the top end. It's really good. You find the weed edge.
Yeah.
Really good.
That's good.
And there's believe it or not, if you know Lavaz, about 3 kilometers out, I found it last year. There's a massive weed bed out there, if you know where it is.
Oh, yeah?
You'll find, you'll be going all summer, there's no features, it's a desert, and then just boom, big weed patch.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of times when I'm fishing the lake, I've gone out pretty much just along the shoreline in my canoe and stuff like that. It's I have a boat, but I mean, I've been out with Lake Nipissing Outfitters quite a bit, and he'll go all over the place. He's got his spots. I'm sure he doesn't want me to divulge them.
He's got a big boat. He can get anywhere.
Oh yeah. He's got a boat you can load a bunch of ATVs on.
I'm not that rich. I got the little 14-footer still, so
yeah.
I'm limited to how far I can go out.
Yeah, the boat I have is 14-foot long. I take it camping and stuff like that, but I do really enjoy. Oh,
I missed them. You bit that though.
You think it was another perch, or?
It was a light bite. It's a really light bite tonight.
Yeah. I might fire on something else here. All right, might as well. So I did bring my headlamp today.
You're still there, right?
So let's see. He's still like just right on the
Yeah,
bottom.
he's right there. Just
He's a mud puppy, buddy. Let's see here. I've got a. You ever use like glow lures at all?
maybe when I'm Laker fishing,
Yeah.
but for the Walters, I can't say I have too much.
Well, I think I might. Like I'm using my headlamp here to light up my thing, and I see some real bright glowing lures. So I might just go for it. Okay. So, do you like go up fishing for Lakers on Temagami and stuff like that? Or you?
Oh, I love Temagami. There are giants in that lake. Like
Yeah.
giants that can't fit through your hole. Make sure you drill a double hole if you go, because you never know.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get out there. Every year I'm like, I'm gonna go. And then life takes over, you know? And I miss my chance. So, it's a funny thing. I got this headlamp, and it's like, sorry if it's really disorienting to everybody there. I probably will need it at some point, but
The fish are sitting down there.
so do you have to get out far on Temagami to get into some Lakers? Or?
I was actually going to ask you about that, because you go into the main part. I've always done the North Arm there. Well, that's all I've done so far, right?
Yeah.
And there's a couple of really deep basins that are really close. So
Yeah, you know, like I've only really walked out into that arm that comes out pretty close to Temagami, if that's the same arm you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because there's like some kind of a launch there. Last time I went there, though, I went walking out, and it was it was slush, deep slush, and that was like the day that I learned that you need full length rubber boots whenever you have slush around, because it's just bad.
There you go.
Oh, here we go.
Took about 10 minutes to play that guy. That feels a bit.
All right,
Unless I'm tangled.
let's see here. Don's got the
Oh,
fish
I'm
on.
tangled around my eye. That's what sounded so bad.
Oh,
Just a perch tangled around my rod.
it's a nice perch, though.
Sounded bigger than he was.
Yeah. Oh, okay, got a guy messing with my stuff here. Come on. Well, I'm glad to see some jumbos coming around, because it's been a while since I've seen a decent jumbo bite. Yeah, because I remember some days on Yellock there it was just really good. But again, back in those days, I used to have enough time where I could spend, like days fishing. Once you have a kid, it's like sitting out for like 3 days in a row or 5 days in a row.
Oh, sir, we're well past that stage. we're grandparents now. You get to give them back.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I guess my kid's only 6, so, but I get to take him fishing, but he definitely, I don't think he could tolerate 5 days out on the ice. Yeah, it used to be back in the day, I'd have my buddies come up and they just hang out and we just fish at Yellock for day after day after day. It's great.
Is there a depth you used to look for, or?
Yeah, we'd be looking for, 17 to 19 out there. Probably pretty similar conditions to here because it's not that far from here, right? It's maybe, I mean, I guess it probably is like 5 or 6K away from here, but very similar, like perch beds, just snail beds, really. A lot of the perch I'd clean would just be filled with snails. I'm trying to think of what's the best way to set up this light. Oh yeah.
Only put one up top.
That would be really handy if you have one.
Tons of light with me. Just hold on.
Yeah. So Mystic Karma says, thank you for keeping us safe with your ice reports. Thank you. Natty G 5015 says, how are the clapper sales going? The sales are going pretty good. Like the first week I was selling them, I probably only sold, I don't know, 20 of them or so. Last week I sold 60 plus. So at $10 a shot, for 4 hours in the parking lot. Of course, there's a lot of, I got to make these things and package these things. So there's a lot more to it than just selling them. But it's kind of fun because I get to go around and shake people's hands, say hello. Surprisingly, a lot of people want to hug me out there.
Here's one.
Oh. I don't think he's going for my glow lure. Okay, we're just... He's sitting down there, right? Yeah, one thing I found, like whenever I've used an underwater camera, is you get to see the fish just like totally snub your lure. Okay, Jeff Burnett, what's up, buddy? So, Luke Miller, you'll be out with Lake Nipissing Outfitters that weekend. Oh, he totally had it in his mouth. I felt something. So, Joe says, damn, Yawn, not good. Actually had dead battery on my X-Bow today. Left the FOB with the kill switch up. So Nick, you're using Lake Nipissing Outfitters taxi service to get out? Like that kind of service is pretty useful for people who maybe don't have the heavy gear to haul stuff out. Then you can like haul out a lot of stuff and not really worry about it too much, and then have a dependable person come and grab you when you're done. I think it's a pretty good idea. We got something right down there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my minnow head has to be falling off here. So you usually just fish with minnow heads or minnow chunks, or?
You know what? I found it just works.
This has got to be tiny.
There's another one down there, so another Walter for you.
So the Walters seem to like the clappers, but only the small Walters so far. So I think I only caught one perch on this guy.
You know what, though? After this cold part, I was expecting it to be slow, and it's been pretty good. So.
I was totally like, last night I was like, this is going to be...
Could go either way, right?
Yeah. You got that knife there, man. Thank you. All right. Yeah, it's not bad. It's like, whenever I do these live streams, I'm always running them for about an hour. I usually try not to go too much longer than that, unless it's like a crazy bite or anything. But it's, I figured an hour is pretty good. There's enough time to catch some stuff, but you're not going to catch a crazy amount of things in an hour, but you might be able to catch a few. All right. So is that like a headlamp you got up there?
Yeah, I just bring a couple headlamps.
Yeah.
Rechargeable ones, not the paper batteries, right?
Yeah, that's what I like to use too. My dad got me these, this one headlamp.
The only reason I got so many is because I keep losing them, and then I find them.
Yeah. I'm gonna put mine on, try to put on a light setting here. Yeah, my kid, he likes taking my headlamps and moving them around.
There's a fish right there. He's going for yours.
See?
Well, when you went down, he went down.
Oh, my...
Got him?
No, I felt the hit when my bail was open. Because I was distracted, okay? He probably grabbed my minnow and took off.
Got a free meal, yeah.
Yeah. Try to get this back up again. Okay. Is he just sitting on the bottom there? So Jeff Burnett, you say 30 centimeters of snow today. Jeff, were you the guy that told me about the Japanese place where you buy lures at a low cost? So Blair, you say you're going out with Kevin and Sam this weekend, eh? Paul Brown, you say, so that, what is it, 385 CI is a hummingbird. And you say the C was high tech at the time. That color. Yeah, I've definitely seen some people fishing with the non-colored ones. Like I've seen a lot of flashers that are like that. Did this minnow fall out of the fish that I pulled up? Because I feel like it's smaller than a lot of the minnows you had frozen there. I could be wrong. I guess this is an ABC minnow I have on here, already been chewed.
We got live minnow if you want.
Oh yeah. Maybe I will fire on a live minnow. Never hurts, eh? Let's see here. Okay. And I've been working on this one track, a new ice fishing track. It's called Keep Your Trash Off the Ice. I tell you, I got a real grungy beat. It's going to be a hip hop style. Grungy. Heavy on the bass.
That's one thing I try and do is pick up shit when I see it on the ice,
Yeah.
Too much stuff left.
Well, it's when you got people that are like, it's like I get it. Bags and stuff blow away.
Use this, save your hands.
Yeah. Bags and stuff. I've had bags like fly out of my hands on crazy windy days, and like sometimes there's not much not much you can do about it. But when people are like intentionally jamming a piece of garbage into a snowdrift and just like that stuff that needs to not happen.
Or dropping their beer bottles before they get to shore.
Yeah.
I hate that one.
Looks like I got an extra minnow in here. I don't know if you want that guy or...
Caution that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess people don't want to be caught with their beer bottles, but still. Yeah. I mean, talking to some of the outfitters, like you hear some people will just, you know, they won't know what, the outfitters won't know what happened until like things start to melt. And then they just see a snowdrift that's like jam-packed full of garbage. And then, yeah, when you see the beaches in the spring, it's just wild what shows up. All right, I'm getting down my glow minnow now. Hopefully this will... Guys, just... But yeah, the message of the song is pretty clear. And I feel like it's something that most outdoors people would get behind. I mean, I feel like anybody who's just going ahead and tossing garbage on the ice and kicking snow over it is, you know, they probably shouldn't be out here. Did that fish go away? We might need to turn that brightness down again on this thing.
Out of it?
Yeah, it's just, I guess as it gets darker here. All right. Got a fish on here. What are we saying? What's it gonna be? It's another eyeball.
Another eyeball. They're liking your glow today.
Yeah. All right. Well, Yawn, I gotta say thanks for taking me out here, buddy.
Don't say thanks until you get back to shore safely. Eh?
Yeah. All right. Another little guy. This guy's probably, I don't know, 13 inches. Nothing giant. Yeah, it's when I bought these blades here, it's from this American company, and they're the brightest glow blades I think I've ever purchased. They just like, they pick up the light real fast, and then they glow. All right. It's the problem with live bait. Now your minnow's gone. Got to get another one. I have like more minnows than I brought a bunch, but I will next time we go out, buddy. Minnows are on me. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Blow up that guy. All right, down we go. Yeah, that definitely looks a lot better on the screen here, your fish finder. Okay, just going through some comments here. Corey,
Fish on the screen.
yeah. It's awesome when the bite, like, it's not necessarily happening right now, but I've been in times where the fish will be coming up like 4 feet to catch your stuff as it's coming down. And that's when you know they're hungry. All right, let's go through some comments here again. Corey Wolf, how are you doing? Daniel, is the ice noisy on your end? Is here on Calendar Bay? Lots of cracking. Earthquake. I don't think we've heard much of that.
No.
But with this cold, it doesn't surprise me in the least.
Oh, I've had it sometimes where it's come right through my tent, scared the hell out of me.
Oh yeah, yeah. I swear one time I was out with my buddies and like you could feel it was like a wave. Like I swear our chairs like tilted back and forth as it like went through, and it was a crazy sound as it was happening too, to the point where I actually looked online to see if there had been an earthquake. So Nick, you say the cost of the taxi is $50 in, $50 out. I feel like it's a pretty good deal. I assume it probably depends on how far you're going. Like if you got a lot of gear, like I've like if I was ice camping, obviously you got to bring like a lot of stuff with you, um, beyond just like walking out. Although I've seen a lot of guys go out into a calendar, um, on opening day and stuff like that, and they show up with all the stuff, and they're all hauling it on foot. Yeah, Paul Brown says, "Good seeing you get some topside. The pressure of doing live stream fishing got to be heavy." I'm like, is the one thing with the live stream fishing is that there's no editing anything later. It's like people are watching it live, but that's like the charm of it.
That'll be Cisco up there.
You got Cisco out there?
That'll be Cisco.
Yeah, yeah.
They're always up at the top.
Seems like there's a fish down there, isn't there? And when we both pulled up there, I feel like it's, yeah. There's totally something down there.
Yeah, there's definitely something there.
I'm gonna let my minnow do the clapping on this one. Just gonna hold it still. Yeah, definitely. I like to think of the live streams as more like a hangout and chat kind of a thing. I try not to take it too seriously, because like in the end, if I don't catch anything, then still hung out. I'm sure there's lots of people. I feel like there's got to be a lot of people who watch these live streams to go to sleep, like, especially on the slow days. But they tend to get a decent amount of views. My one last week, though, a guy watching it there, he came into my comments afterwards and sort of gave me a hard time. I guess he was expecting me to move around more, which is not always easy. I was thinking about how I would do it if I was going to do it, and I'd have to have a bunch of holes pre-drilled, and because it would just eat up a lot of time to be like totally setting up in new spots over and over again when you're only fishing for an hour, plus running a live stream at the same time. I don't know. Okay.
Got him.
I lost him halfway up. He had to be small though, and I'm sure he took my minnow with him. Yeah, like that was light. Like it had to be like a 6-inch perch or something. Oh yeah, no minnow. Well, it looks like there's still some activity down there. So where did you get these minnows from? Billy Bob's?
No, Trapper Joe's where I go.
Okay.
I know Bob pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, I went in to Bob's there today just because, I was in that area. But I had bought a whole bunch of, I guess it's like the scoops from Billy Bob's the other day. And then I managed to almost kill everything. You get quite a few when they're giving you scoops. Like you're talking a mixture of pinners and heavier minnows, but like not like all the same size, So definitely was Yawn.
No, I gotta change up.
Yeah. But definitely, I had the minnow bucket and everything. Had a pump going in it, and then of course one minnow dies, and then fouls the water for everyone else. And if you don't catch on fast enough, next you know, a bunch of them wig out. I find shiners are not particularly hardy.
Yeah, shiners are delicate, chubs are a little tougher.
For sure.
But I still think Shriners do better.
So Craig, leaving, you said deadline. You mean like a dead stick? We thought about setting up some dead sticks outside, and then we sort of concluded that it was like we're in a sort of a small pop up here, but it's like it's really really cold out there. So we decided to just each rock one hole here, and that's working pretty good so far. Home Vampire says later Coker. Joe says the beard makes you huggable. So parts unknown outdoors. You said you just had a large school come in. One keeper picked out already. That's awesome. Teddy bear like. So you're gonna be back at Fish Bay Marina soon, eh, Craig? I've never fished with those guys, but I often play the song those guys wrote about Fish Bay Marina. There's something solid going through there. Or do you think those are more Cisco's?
I don't know if everybody else thinks this, but usually after night you start seeing the pike come up around there in the 6.
Yeah, yeah. Like just cruising right up, right below the ice, or just like a little bit. So Joe says he's got the record for biggest fish with the micro clapper. 35.5 inch, 13-pound burb. You send me that picture, right, Joe? I'll have to make sure. Pretty sure I remember seeing a picture of it. I'm going to have to make sure I get that on my website there. And that was on the micro. It's funny because I'm always selling the lynx slayers, which are like really, really big. But it's funny that you caught the biggest one on the absolute smallest clapper that I make. That micro clapper really is at the absolute limit of what my my tool for spinning up clappers can do. I need to either design a whole other tool to make them any smaller than that. Dizzy Fishing says, good luck catching biggins. Paul Brown says, any good stories of things lost down the hole while fishing? When I used to take my kid fishing, he threw all sorts of stuff down the hole. Pliers, the fishing spoon, or like the ice ladle. And it was someone else's, like we were in someone else's hut. They were very understanding though, because well, it was like this old grandma lady. So she knew about kids and their tossing of things. But one time I had a pike pull this one lure of my, or not lure, one rod of mine down the hole, and then like just I watched it go, just shoot right down the hole, and then the next day I caught it back again, and then that rod, even though it had like the top like torn off, the top was missing, and it was actually my lucky rod for the longest time, because obviously it had been blessed by the lake having gone down and then come back up. So Nick Bruce, you lost an auger down the hole. Dude, I know like this year I was using my auger, but it's like a Woods auger and has that little frisbee on the top, and it totally came off the drill bit. And had I not had that frisbee thing on the top, I would have lost it for sure. Frisbee saves the day. But yeah, I had a buddy who was drilling a hole with my auger, and it sheared off, and I think we just caught it before it went down. Like the bit of it was going down, so I was lucky. South Canada says, "What up, guys?" Coke man. Rusty Minnow says, "What's for dinner?" I suppose if we had kept all the perch we caught, we could have been having a perch fish fry. Because we have caught definitely enough for a fry here. But Yawn doesn't eat fish. I do. I like them fried up, real nice. Frank Lupo.
I know Frank.
Oh yeah?
Frank's the guy who makes the shelf, I think.
Yeah. Was that one made by Frank?
That's from Frank.
Let's take a look over here. Frank, you recognize that shelf? Are you still on? Because Jan says he got this from you. If I was still using one of these pop-up ones, I'd definitely make use of one of those shelves.
I recommend it to everybody. For $30, you can't go wrong.
And it's just a board, eh? Like a...
It's perfect. Look at it. All your stuff's off the ice, you know?
Yeah.
It's beauty.
Yeah, that's great. Well, yeah, I think it's a great idea. So, Species says that bird was on Nip last January. Richard Chapman. Hey, Coke, Richard and Jen Chapman here, out in our hut using our new clappers. Now watching. Thanks, they're great. Catch a big one. Good luck. 4-1 MS says, how is the lake all hardened up? It's definitely looking a lot better than it did. I can tell you that. I think the last report I did, I actually walked out at Sunset Park there, and there were like a few slushy spots. Mind you, this is like Tuesday, right? And we've had some warm temperatures since then. But yeah, not as bad as it was. Coming out here, we didn't hit any slush. So Paul Brown says one lake is claimed an iPhone, auger, and your Swiss Army knife. Ouch. Oh, Yawn down there? Oh, yeah. I guess I'm sitting, my lure's right on the bottom. Yeah, so Frank does say, he probably said this before I showed your shelf there. He says, looks like you guys need a cool ice fishing shelf.
Way ahead of your friend.
So Buddy12 says, eyeball jigs are the way to go. I think I got a couple of those ones. So it's just like a weight. It's like an eyeball and then a treble hook. I do like those. So Nick Bruce, he said, when you say he's going to his grounds where his huts are you talking about where Lake Nipissing Outfitters taking you out? Because if he's going out where his huts are, those would be in South Bay there, right at the mouth of it. So Joel Roy is going out to Nosbonsing in a few weeks. Norman the White, Golden Pyrenees. We are live now for a few more minutes. We've actually reached the hour here. Phil S. says, you're coming my way on January 30th. You need some more clappers. Look forward to seeing you then. I think the 30th, I'm going to be out there. My kid's got a PD day, so I'll have security to cover me, keep assassination attempts down. So Jeff Burnett, you say the clappers work amazing on creek specks. I actually had a chance to use them in a lake that was full of specks, and yeah, they were going for them. You know, I think oops. I think I might be just about ready to close down the stream here because we're getting on in the day. So gonna say thanks to everybody who showed up. Thanks to Yawn for taking me out here, and hopefully our ride back is safe.
Yeah, it's not a walk back, right?
And not a walk back. So so thanks everybody for showing up. I'm gonna close the stream now. Have a great night. You know, see you guys later.